Kapil, hi, morning. What is it that you're noticing about the auto pack? Because pretty much all the constituents are moving up very smartly.
Yes, first of all, good morning to everyone. Yes, means the auto parts has been kind of a very moving sector right now, and it is on the edge of a breakout. The level which was acting as in a ratio that is a 24,200 in the auto sector since the October 2024. It is on the edge of a breakout, and once the prices are moving above the 24,200, we will see some sorts of a better momentum in it. And within the auto component, means LCVs, HCVs, and tractor companies are doing quite well. Two-wheelers, three-wheelers has remained an underperformer. Tires are finding a little bit of traction, and auto components continue to find the traction on the higher side.
Right, so that's the take coming in on autos. But Kapil also talked to us about two stocks in particular, that is Tata Motors as well as Maruti Suzuki, because just in the morning we were discussing about because of that US and Japan deal, how the Japanese auto counters have been reacting to, and back home nothing incremental for the Indian auto players, but we are indeed seeing a sentimental run up. Help us analyze the stocks on the technical front.
Yeah, as far as these two stocks are concerned, Maruti and Tata Motors. The Tata Motors, yes, today it has gained the momentum, 2% upside momentum, but overall trend has remained a sideways to negative kind of thing. But whereas on the Maruti side, we are finding some sorts of attraction on the higher side. The trend has been on the positive. The moving average slopes are upward, so there is some sorts of a little bit more part of the momentum in the Maruti. So Maruti seems to be a better play than the Tata Motors.
Okay, Maruti versus Tata Motors, that is Kapil's pick. But just looking at some of the other buzzers, and Kapil, analyze what do you see on Paytm? Because I think the stock is now actually completely caved off. So I think the earnings were more of a, sell on news kind of move.
Right. I mean, so the earnings, the broader numbers seems to be quite fine, but today there is some sorts of a mild reaction on the negative side that we are seeing. But the thing is that this particular stock, since 2022, the stock was having the ratios around the 1,000 level, and it is the first time since 2022 it has moved above the 1,000 point. So technically that is in a breakout, but initially the breakouts are a little bit conservative. They retrace back. So 1037 is a level. I feel that the broader trend remains a positive, but there can be a intermediate correction or short-term pain. But the stocks can settle out near about 970 to 980 around.
That's about Paytm, but Kapil, we have been talking about the metal pack as a whole, and today we have seen great moves, or rather record high levels yet again on the base commodities, and along with that, it's silver as well as gold prices that have been inching higher. Kapil, one such stock is actually Hindustan Copper, which we relate to the move in the silver prices, given the fact the company derives 18% of its volume from silver. How are the charts looking like for this counter? 2% in uptake, but do you believe can cross that 300 odd mark?
Yes, as far as the precious metals are concerned, the silver has started to outperform quite better, and in the metal pack as well. Means there are various different categories are there: ferrous, non-ferrous, and silica, magnesium. Ferrous has the picking up the momentum right now. Non-ferrous has been a little bit back and forth in the current context. But looking at in Hind Copper, the broader chart structure has remained quite good. 197, which was a very old level, the high time frame. From that, it is trying to find the traction. Today, it is a 277 level. Prices are likely to inch up on the high side, or in a short term upside potential that we see is up to the first level is at 285 and the 296 level.
Okay, that's the take coming in on some of the charts and the ones that are buzzing in trade. Let's just address some of the newsmakers once again, and let's see what a Dixon is up to. UBL, JSW Infra, Paytm, like we just flagged off, has completely fizzled out and it's now in the red as we speak right now. But let's see these charts, if we can just have them on the screen. Dixon holding up the green, UBL also, it's completely fizzled out from the top of the day. I mean, actually, to be fair, today, it's other than the autos, not many sectors are actually holding up. They're the ones which are the only ones which are in the green. But realty, that's the one wherein you're seeing some significant weakness. Look at Prestige, that's down 3% right now. Oberoi Realty, 3.25% lower. And then Lodha, which is lower by a good 5.5% as we speak. Kapil, any fresh shorting opportunities in the realty pack?
Yes, in the reality pack, the overall reality means Prestige has been quite the stock which has holded quite good strength, but today it is tapering down, and the overall reality is the one where there is a continuously selling pressure that we are seeing. 1764 is the level. The stock prices has broken the 4 days, 5 days base as well on the lower side. So we expect that the stock price to drag a bit up to the 1700 level.
All right, so that's the take coming in on some of these realty counters. But in some of the other movers, it's IRFC that we have been flagging off, holding on to almost a 3% gain. Other than that, just before the earnings, it's Tata Consumers that is a bit under pressure. And Kapil, the earnings generally come during the market hours itself. Help us analyze, how do you see the build up in Tata Consumers for now?
Yeah, consumer stock, it has remained a quite a sideways trend, and the moving averages are quite flat. So whatever the due to the results, some sorts of reactions happens on the either side. I expect that case they don't sustain, or the follow-up buying or selling may not persist, because it is in the mode of mean reversion. So right now 1073 is the level. The broader range for the stock is a 1060 on the lower side and 1120 on the higher side, and the trend is quite flattish here.
All right, trend is quite flat as of for Tata Consumers, because yes, of course, the stock has been retesting its lower levels of close to 1070 odd rupees, which it has retested almost 3 times in the past 1 or 2 months. But other than that, it's Dr. Reddys as well within the pharma pack that will be in focus on the back of the earnings. And well, of course, the key monitorable will actually be the guidance going ahead with respect to the US business. What is that making a difference with respect to the tariff, and along with that in the Indian markets, what's the outlook? A bit of a jump up in terms of the margins is what we are expecting. But Kapil, just before the earnings, it's trading absolutely flat, and off late the pharma counters have been underperforming. Anything specific for Dr. Reddys you wish to flag off?
Yes, pharma of lately they have started to show some sorts of momentum, but from past couple of days they are also receding back. As far as the Dr. Reddy's is concerned, it is trading at a very good support level, that is in 1240. But at this particular level, we are not seeing any kind of the buyer's presence or some sorts of a breach of the previous high. So this particular support levels becomes or comes within some sorts of a skepticism. So 1238 is the level. If price sustain below this particular point, then due to the results we may see some sorts of pain, and the immediate support level will be around 1200 to 1210.
Okay, that's that on DRL. Just looking at some of the other buzzers, and Patanjali, that's lower by 2.5%. M&M Finance is also a bit of a drag. That stock too lower by about 3%. But look at Adani Green, that's holding up 2% right now. And like we've been flagging off, the entire auto pack is the one which is a buzz, along with, of course, IRFC, which is also holding up 3% as we speak right now. Sectorally, pressure is, of course, realty, but textiles, cement, chemicals, financials, FMCG, all of them are the ones which are the weak links in the market. I also want to revisit what Eternal may be up to. It saw 2 days of a solid uptick post its numbers, or rather 1 day ahead of the numbers, and then 1 day reacting to those. It's still higher by almost 0.5% or so. 300 thereabouts is what it's sticking by with. Kapil, do you think that at 300 perhaps there is a definitive base now for Eternal, at least in the interim or near term?
Yes, means this stock particular has zoomed up quite well in the past 2 to 3 trading sessions. Now it has become a little bit out of comfort where it comes to the risk management or putting a stop losses. But technically, the good support levels for the stock that comes it around is a 286 to 278. Structurally, the stock price is hit the all-time high level. However, the PE is around the 1000 point. But yes, on a retracement, the comfort comes in the range of 286 to 278.
Right, so that's that on Eternal. But Kapil, would like to thank you for taking the time out and speaking with us. Thank you so much for that. But with this, viewers, let's put the spotlight on the consumption basket, because discretionary consumption players could continue to outperform the